Hi everyone, welcome to Blackwood. This is the first update for about 3 or 4 weeks, so let's have a look at what's been going on. The last time I posted a video it was of some of the trains running, and before that I had been working on ballasting, especially at the faraway end of the arch bridge that you can see in the distance there. In the intervening 3 or 4 weeks, I've not been doing any more, I haven't done any more ballasting. What I've been concentrating on is the completion of the track rebuilding on this side of the layout. Now, there is a brewery stroke warehouse complex sitting in this far corner here, and there were 3 sidings associated with that, and obviously they've had to be reconnected back onto the outer circuit. Now, I didn't actually have anything in mind exactly how I was going to achieve this, so I printed off some Pico code 55 N Gauge templates, and I just started playing about with various points, etc., to see what in actual fact I could achieve. And I then came up with the idea of building a run round loop within the actual passing loop. In the old layout there was a single passing loop which was roughly this line here, which came all the way down, and if I swing round, came back on at this point here and rejoined the outer circuit. This is just a long head shunt or a long siding here. And halfway down this particular track here, when the original track was in place, there was a set of crossings which brought you over to another track, which essentially gave you access into the sidings and the brewery complex at the far end. At this end, there was another point, and it also came off to 2 sidings which are down where I'm standing just now. So I decided that rather than the old arrangement, that it might be quite a good idea to in actual fact turn it into more of a passing loop. So in order to achieve that, we have installed a double slip followed by a asymmetric 3-way point, and then we have a right hand medium radius point to give access to the siding, this siding here that goes away into the brewery complex. We then obviously, the 2 tracks will come round. Now as you can see, I have actually run out of flexible tracks, so that's why there is a slight gap here, but you get the idea. We've installed a new point down here, just after these 2 here, to give the ability for the locomotive to in actual fact run round. Jury is still out as to whether or not I put another point in here, and at a future date, if I turn round, at a future date, we could, in this corner here, we could have a small extension of some sort. I've not quite decided. You'll also notice that in order to achieve this extra run round track, I've actually had to extend the baseboard. It's just a very, very narrow extension, but it's quite rigid. It's been glued and screwed onto the side of the existing baseboard. It's absolutely solid, doesn't carry any weight or anything like that. But I'm really actually quite pleased with this. The one thing I did do, and I don't know whether you can see this, you'll notice the double slip here has already been painted. Now, in actual fact, I actually painted this before I actually laid it, and it is so much easier to paint one of these complex pieces of track work when you can hold it in your hand, you can turn it upside down, you can turn it every way you want. It's much easier, and it's much quicker. I wish I'd actually done that for most of these points here, which were a right pain in the backside to actually paint once they were in position. I did the same thing with the 3-way track. and also this point here has also been done, so it really just leaves the actual plain running track to be painted up. As you'll see, there are some spacers in here. That's just to level the track up. When I started to run some of the trains, they were running fine, but I could see the track maybe just wasn't just 100% level, so there's some packers in here just to make sure the track's absolutely dead level. So I'll just pause it just now, and I think we'll get a train running round just to show that everything actually does work. So as you can see, the electrics are all wired up. The one thing which this does now mean is that the control panel can now actually be remade. All these sidings here are all switchable. In other words, they can all be isolated. At the moment they're all hardwired, because I wasn't going to put all the switches onto the temporary panel and then have to start to move them. So currently at the moment they're all hardwired underneath, but they will all have their own supply taken to them via a switch on the panel once I get round. So as you can see, been busy, still a fair bit to do, tidying up, a bit of wiring to be tidied up underneath, but that's the update for just now. Cheers, thanks for watching.